All right, this is just a separate, unrelated trailer.
They tried to stop him.
Oh, you are so boring. Did I say that?
They told him he was worthless.
That story sucked.
But the people disagreed.
The people wanted it,
Yeah.
all right?
In Reubens' final episode,
You asked
fine.
me about the thing.
All right, never do it again.
he will no longer be silenced.
You asked.
mate.
How
He
dare
asked.
you? How dare you?
Brace yourselves
Fuck, what a letdown.
for Reubens' third and final Beijing story.
You know what's crazy? Getting a sequel to something that was really shit.
Fuck off, Lewis. This is my fucking Beijing story, motherfuckers.
That's Beijing story number 2.
It still ended on a low.
Did you guys remember
Yeah.
that you guys twigged? You are looking at me
No,
with a
I
blank
remember
expression.
I don't remember the exact story.
No, but you did you realize halfway through what it was about?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have looked confused because I
gonna-
was still
right.
thinking about the buttons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. So
The first 2 times you tried telling these stories, both times they got shut down as like incessantly boring. And you were
First-
told never to do this on the show again.
yeah, first story was admittedly pretty. It was a stinker.
Yeah.
Let's mince no words about it. It was bad.
Yeah.
It came up organically though. I didn't mean to tell the story.
Yeah.
You guys.
It was the tea story from memory.
yeah, it was the
That
tea
you being
story.
overcharged for tea. And you
Yep.
think you got scammed in a Beijing tea house.
Yep.
Yeah. But
And-
then nothing happened.
Yep. And you guys lambasted me for it. You said that was a shit story.
Yeah.
It happens. Keelan told a bit of a stinker last
Exactly.
episode.
I mean, you saw in the video, Luke fell asleep.
The second Beijing story I told I made a trailer for was a big deal because everyone loved the first one.
Up and
Even
back.
though you guys hated it, everyone loved it.
Yeah.
So I made a trailer. We had
Yeah.
the second Beijing story.
Yeah.
It was better. Still ended on a low, but
Well,
it was better.
Briefly explain that story. Briefly. Nothing happened.
Yeah, don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, it was about me going to a restaurant and they invited me to a like weird cultish place.
But
underneath.
then nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the third and final Beijing story. You ready?
Question before you start. Does something happen?
Something does happen.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just tell this story first? Because if we're getting this one after the other 2 bad ones, that leads me to believe that you thought the other 2 were better.
I forgot about this one,
Okay.
which is not a good sign.
Yeah.
I'll grant you that. It's not good. It's not a good sign, but I think you'll enjoy this
Well,
story.
Luke is sitting at the ready.
Right. Just for audio listeners, the lull horn has been moved out of
The lull draw.
the lull drawer.
Yep. And I
it's
don't like
now-
that. Don't you get trigger happy with the lull?
I'm not going to get trigger happy.
More honk
You
happy.
But I-
need to give me, because I remember the first, especially with the first story, you guys really poo-pooed the whole thing. It could have been a decent story.
Yeah.
You guys brought the energy down. I want some energy from you guys. My last episode,
Yep.
Yeah.
I already feel the energy
Should've
dropping.
put-
Let's pick
Yes.
it back up for
Should've-
this story.
Should have put it in the contract.
Fair enough.
I will not get trigger happy on the lull horn.
All right.
But in saying that, I do not want to give our listeners a lull. That's what it's for.
Sure. And I'm accepting notes.
Cool.
If you guys have notes, but it's more about let's let
Yep.
Ruben tell his fucking story. Okay.
Yeah.
So, on the way to Europe.
Sorry.
On the way to Europe,
Yeah.
the first time stopping over in Beijing, and I have a few hours at the airport, and I look up. Is there anything to do just outside the airport? And I'm a man of plans. You guys know that about me. So I planned this little trip, and they say there's this itinerary that you can look up online. There's an arts district trip you can take. Takes a cab. It costs 25 to 30 yuan, which is the Chinese currency, and it should only take about 20 minutes to get there. I'm like, great. So I walk out. I go to the cab rank. 2 other things you know about this story. You need to know about this story because it's the start of my
to
trip.
say, I know nothing about this story.
Well, brace yourself
Yeah.
because here's an information dump for you.
Okay.
Great. Great. Okay.
First of all,
Yeah.
my international debit card has only just been activated, so it's not actually working yet. I don't have any money. Don't fall asleep, Lewis. All right, wake up.
Sorry.
Let's go.
Sorry. Sorry.
The second thing you need to know is that my phone plan also hasn't kicked in yet, so I have no internet.
No texting.
Yeah, put your phone away there, mateless. Thank you. So I'm at the cab rank. I try to explain to the guy where I want to go. He has no idea what I'm talking about. He speaks to another cabbie. I finally get in the cab. We start driving. Remember this, 20 minutes to the place, 25 to 30 yuan. I have 100 yuan.
Arts district.
Same length as the story.
Yeah, 25 to 30 minutes. Yeah, correct.
Great.
Yep, so strap in. I have 100 yuan on me. About 30 minutes into the trip, I'm thinking, this is no good. We're 10 minutes over budget here. I've already well past the yuan limit. And I try to explain to the guy, but he only speaks 2 words of English. No English is what he says. And I can speak 2 words of Chinese, which is hello and thank you, which I think more helpful than no English, but I mean,
but
that's on him.
doesn't help you at all if you're unhappy with the service. Is hello and thank you.
Yeah.
You have a complaint. You can't do much with that.
No, you're right. But I guess you can do something with no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can no. But that wasn't the case here. So
Just to interject here, what does this have to do with the buttons I was pressing before?
Nothing.
how have you not wrapped your head around this yet?
Just so lost. You're like one of the little boys from Peter
Nothing
Pan.
to do with the buttons.
A good boy?
Good boy.
A bad boy.
Oh.
Goodbye.
I don't want to.
Stop.
I don't want to explain what's happening, but I feel like I have to. I'm sorry to interject.
Go.
You clearly, and you actually not understand this, you clearly ruined the final part of the show by
You ruined
playing
the final moment.
Good
Okay.
boy,
No.
goodbye instead of good boy.
Someone didn't prep me on the buttons.
Even so, you
Yeah.
made one mistake, then you continued to
Yeah.
fuck it up.
And also,
one
Lewis,
mistake was cuttable. This is we can't cut this. anymore.
It's in now.
Lewis, someone did prep you. You just weren't listening.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Similar to this story,
Yeah.
you weren't paying attention. Now continue this story.
We're almost there. We're actually almost at the good part of
Can
the
I
story.
come clean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to take a break from the story.
And you know what? I think it needed it. I think it needed a little intermission.
I'm going to let you
actually.
finish it.
So
I
you were
thought-
coming clean, but that
pit
felt
stop.
dirty.
A pit stop.
Yeah,
is
okay.
good. Yeah.
All right. So I try to communicate this guy. I don't have a lot of money. And he's like, we're almost there. We're at 50 yuan at this point. All right. Half an hour into the trip. We finally get there. We get to the right place. It's at 63 yuan. Remembering I have 100 yuan and I have to get back to the airport.
Yeah.
I get out of the cab and then he gives me the receipt. 73 yuan. There's a $10 charge for the
10
airport.
yuan. 10 yuan charge.
10 yes, yep, my apologies.
Yeah,
There's a
right.
10 yuan charge, airport charge. So now I have, what's that, 23, 27 yuan left to get back to the airport. And I'm trying to explain to this guy using Google Translate, which is the one thing I do have because I downloaded Google Translate offline.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, be much faster back to the airport. Be much faster, which I didn't know he spoke English, but he did say that in English, which was crazy. And then I spent, a couple of hours there and then I went back to the airport and that was about it.
Right. Not even the lull horn wants
The
to
lull horn
contribute.
failed. I pressed it and it made no noise.
You even put the lull horn to sleep.
the lull horn couldn't even
Yeah.
break the lull.
Where would that story rank in between Beijing's in the Beijing trilogy?
I thought
Honestly.
similar to the Back to the Future franchise. I think the first one was your strongest. Actually, nothing like that franchise because that was a great franchise.
Yeah.
But the first one was ultimately the strongest.
The second one was
but the
good.
second one had some good moments, like when they go into the future.
I thought the first one was really bad. And that was because I hadn't had planned to tell it.
The only
Are we talking
good
about
part-
the story?
only good
We're
part
talking about
of-
Back to the Future still? No.
Episode 2 was my personal favorite,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
mainly because of the photo of you standing in
Oh,
the
that was a
hallway.
good photo. Yeah.
But I wouldn't really say that is the story. That's more just like the photo afterwards. So like
Yeah.
whoever kind of like was the photographer on set for that story did a great job. But the script and the acting let them down.
Okay, well, I'll
Yeah.
take those notes on board. It's a good thing that, my podcast is all scripted. So
God. 100%,
this
yeah.
shit will not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank fuck.
That's one thing you can count on
Yeah.
when you go over to
How
listen to
about,
Reubens.
well, hopefully next year when you start doing your own Ruben solo shows, you can come back on our show to let everyone know about it. But just before we do that, just send us a script. Like
Okay.
with my lines, Luke's lines.
The only
yours.
issue with coming back on the show, I don't know if I have a fourth Beijing story.
Right.
Is that going to be an issue?
that's
You better
not
book
gonna-
a
that's-
trip to China pretty
Yeah.
quick.
You better go.
I think I'm fresh out of Beijing stories, unfortunately. Okay.
You need to really cast your mind back and see if there's any nuggets you can pluck. Did
I was there-
anything happen in
I
the
was
arts
in Beijing
district?
like for a total of like 7 hours. I
Yeah.
got 3 stories out
Mate,
of it.
well,
Pretty good.
you know what? When you come back on
Yeah.
as a guest, we want to hear about the arts district. Okay? You need to...
Okay.
But
Great.
don't tell me now.
Yeah.
Because I'll fall asleep.
Okay,
But-
I'm amped up. I'm
Yeah.
psyched.
Great.
All right.